Are all our brains the same? Absolutely not. Does that mean that we can't change them? Absolutely not. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sabah and I make content about just like my life and stuff, and yeah. Now I'm trying to do like a series of just car talks because I love my car and I love talking and I have lots of thoughts. I hope this is working, and I have lots of thoughts, so I want to like freaking do something with it, you know? Anyways, I'm at the park right now. Today, I was reading this whole talk right now is inspired by a book that I was reading, a psychology book, and I honestly don't remember what it was called. It was like a textbook or something, and it was talking about neuroplasticity. I'll get into that later, but literally the whole title of this video, our brains are actually not the same. They're not the same. Like they are made of the same structure. Like obviously we have the same structured brain. We've got the four lobes and then the hemispheres and the hypothalamus and all these parts of the brain and the neurons and this that. But what makes it different is our genetics, personality, experiences, and mental health. That's what makes our brains different. Now, that is literally the thing with that is some people use it as an excuse and they'll be like, oh, but it's my genetics, it's my childhood trauma, it's my parents, it's how I was raised, that's why I act the way I am. But that's not an excuse because this is where neuroplasticity comes into place. You can actually change the genetic, not the genetic, the chemical makeup of your brain, how it's structured. You can change that. And literally, that's what neuroplasticity is. Um, it's basically just how your brain changes according to how much you use certain parts and how much you don't use other parts. So the more you repeat something, obviously, the stronger that brain circuit actually gets. And the more that you stop using something or you stop repeating a behavior or an action or a thought or whatever, it actually fades. It's kind of like how memories, like healing, for example, like if you say you go through like a friendship breakup, right? And all you do is like you feel this like withdrawal from this, like you're so used to talking to this person all the time, going out with this person all the time, like FaceTiming them, calling them, just messaging them day to day all the time, you know, that constant um just like having that person there. And then all of a sudden this supply to this person gets cut off, and now your brain's like, what do we do? It starts panicking. Well, neuroplasticity, that is how you heal from stuff like that. That is how you move on from the shit that comes into your life. That's how you move on from it. So that is how it works basically. I was thinking about this and like how it can be applied to just everyday life. And well, like I genuinely came to the conclusion of how like scrolling on Instagram and TikTok, it's become so normalized. It's like you have 10 minutes in your day, right? You're bored, you're sitting like in between whatever like chores you're doing, or you're just in the car waiting for something, whatever it is, and you just go on your phone like, well, what else am I meant to do in the 10 minutes, you know? It's like I have these free 10 minutes, whether it's I'm going to bed or I'm waiting for someone or I'm bored, I'm just there's no one to talk to, there's nothing to do. What do? I scroll. Scrolling is obviously damaging because it shortens your attention span. And when that shortens your attention span, it also overstimulates you. Because with a short attention span and a constant need to have a stimulant and have something to give you that quick hit of dopamine, you kind of lose touch with just sitting in that silence, sitting in that comfort. Like you would not be able to come sit here and just enjoy 30 minutes straight, enjoy nature, enjoy the view, enjoy the weather, enjoy the sounds that you hear, like smell what's around you. You know, it's literally touch grass, like literally that saying. That's how this goes. And it's like, so when you're scrolling and your attention span gets shorter, you start to realize that now you can't really listen to other people that well. You can't really watch a movie and focus throughout the entire movie without getting up and doing something or going on your phone. Do you know how many times I do that? I'll be at the movies watching a movie and I'm just on my phone while I'm watching the movie. I'm like, it's crazy. It's actually crazy. And what are you doing on your phone? Scrolling, literally scrolling, because your brain is not used to this long period of like 2 hours of watching one thing. It's not used to that. It's used to 10-second videos, 7-second videos. That's what it's used to. Another thing that people really underestimate is the power of neuroplasticity and managing your emotions. Neuroplasticity literally can control the way that you regulate your emotions. It can make you emotionally mature, emotionally intelligent, and A lot of the problems that come up, for example, trust issues or um, people pleasing, overthinking, all these like little problems that you face mentally, most of the time are because of an experience you've had. It's because of maybe the way that you were brought up, your childhood, your friends, how people have treated you, whatever it is, right? Genetics, whatever it could be. But you can change that. You can change that. And the way to it, I'll give you an example, is let's say you're an overthinker, right? And you decide, look, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of overthinking. It stops me from doing so much. It makes me stress over nothing and it ruins my relationships with people. I'm going to change it. First of all, you just had that thought. So you've already taken one step towards changing, right? That's the biggest thing. You've taken one step towards changing. The second thing here, now you're going to use the power and the knowledge of science and psychology. So there is no reason for you to be like, it's not going to work. It's going to work. It's proven to work. It's literally proven to work. So what you do now, you're an overthinker. Now, when you start overthinking, before you go into that spiral of all these thoughts going into your head and you're spiraling and you don't know where it's really going, you go from one small thought and now it's the end of the world, you know? It's like you went from thinking, oh, but she didn't reply to my message, and now you're thinking she probably doesn't want to be my friend anymore. Like anything could have happened in those 10 minutes of her not replying, and you're jumping to this conclusion, which a lot of people do. I used to do this too, so it's perfectly normal. And now, when you get that thought, when you get the thought of, oh, she hasn't replied yet, now you tell yourself and you try and convince yourself, you know what? It's probably nothing. She hasn't replied yet. You know what? Maybe she's talking to someone. Maybe she's on the phone with someone. Maybe she's just not at her phone. Maybe she's not even home right now. Maybe she's out with someone, you know? Or what if her mom's yelling at her right now? What if she's having a fight with her sister? Like, you don't know. You really don't know what could be happening. And when you tell yourself that, you just stopped that whole spiraling moment. Yeah, so it's all just a matter of habit. It's practicing a habit or trying to quit a habit and doing it repetitively, constantly, over and over and over again until you you're so used to it. It's kind of like waking up early, right? The first two, three times it's really hard, but it just takes that discipline to do it. You kind of have to force yourself to do it. And then once you've woken up early 5 days in a row, you realize that the sixth or seventh day it's pretty easy. Like you kind of wake up before the alarm even goes off, you know? And that actually is now your brain has adapted to it. So your brain will wake you up before the alarm even goes because now it's used to it. It's like, okay, we've been doing it 5 times in a row. I think we want to keep doing this. And then it just does it automatically. And this goes both ways. You could also develop a bad habit by constantly doing it. Like I said, the doom scrolling. Doom scrolling. Literally that. Like you've done it so many times now that your brain is so used to it. It doesn't even seem bad to you anymore. It doesn't seem like a bad habit. You just think like it is what it is. Like everyone does it. It's not that bad, you know? Like what else am I going to do? What else am I going to do if I'm not doom scrolling? And I guess that it's it's hard, but you just have to do it. And then low key, I was thinking, right, how you can apply this to detachment. You can literally use neuroplasticity and to like detach. Like you can do that. The first step to this, okay, the first rule of neuroplasticity is to cut off the original pathway. Because every time that you resist the urge to do this habit or go back to this thing or this person, you are literally shrinking the neuron pathway that links you to this habit or to this person. And think about it, over time, if you just keep resisting and you keep telling yourself like, no, no, don't message them, don't call them, don't go watch that thing, don't go, like don't go smoke that, don't, whatever it is, a bad habit or an attachment, an addiction, whatever it is that you have, that's the first step. It's to resist the urge the first time, the second time, the third time, and it gets easier and easier and easier. And then your brain forgets. It honestly forgets. You wake up one day and you don't even want to do it anymore. You don't want to talk to them anymore. You don't want to see them anymore. You honestly forget that that thing even exists until it hits you again and you're like, "Oh my God, I haven't smoked weed in ages. I haven't, I haven't talked to this person in so long. I haven't checked their profile in so long. I wonder how she's doing. Like that friend that I was so close to, I don't even know where she is right now, who she's friends with, if she's okay. I don't know. And genuinely, that's okay. I'm at peace with not knowing that. I'm at peace with being where I am now. That's how you get to that point. I know it's easy to talk the talk, but like genuinely, this is the cold hard facts. This is how it works. It's like the more that you practice something, then obviously the bigger that part of your brain will get, and the more you adapt that habit, and the less you practice it, the weaker it gets, and the more it shrinks. That part of your brain shrinks to the point where you don't even remember it anymore. You don't even want to do it anymore. You don't have that urge anymore. It's just about resisting the first couple times, or having that discipline to implement it the first couple times. That's all it is. I'll end off with a pretty interesting fact. Last fact about neuroplasticity, is that a lot of this, most of it actually happens in your sleep. When you're sleeping, your brain literally rewires itself, and it's often based on the memories of that day, whatever you've experienced in that day. Maybe a tragic moment happened or something good happened, and unused circuits, or whatever hasn't been used in your brain, gets trimmed during your sleep. So you don't even realize, but rest is so crucial. Those 7 to 8 hours of sleep that you get, your brain is rewiring itself, and you are healing while you are literally unconscious. Like, we think healing is when we're awake and when we're aware of everything. No, it's actually when you're sleeping. Majority of healing happens when you're sleeping. And that is freaking amazing. That is literally so cool. Anyways, guys, that was today's episode. Just a little bit of, fun facts about neuroplasticity and how you can actually change your brain. So there's literally no excuse for you to be lazy or be an asshole to people, or, just like be avoidant and this, that, which I'll get into the next time. But there's no excuse, honestly. There's literally no excuse. Whatever bad behavior you have that you are aware of, whether it's an addiction or a habit or something that's holding you back from achieving what you want to achieve, and I know that you know it, because we all kind of deep down know what we're doing wrong. We just don't want to come to terms with it, and we don't want to face it. So, yeah, hold yourself accountable. Honestly, no one else is going to do it for you. Hold yourself accountable and be like, this is literally like I'm literally causing my own downfall. This is gonna, years from now, whenever it is, it's gonna get back to me. Whatever I'm doing now is going to come back to me. So, yeah, rewire your brain and stop giving excuses for your actions and how you act, because your parents are not gonna, they're not the reason that you can go treat someone badly. And it can't be justified. Like, we can understand, it's understandable, but it can't be justified. So, yeah. Take care, guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.